All right, there we go. What's up, Turtle Riders? How's everybody doing tonight? Good. Glad to hear it. Nice to see you too. Welcome to the Turtleboy live show. I'm your host, Uncle Turtleboy. I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night at 9 o'clock. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button. You won't regret it. The Saturday show, you're going to like the Saturday show. There's this guy, Bret, who's on there. He's an interesting character. Let's just say that. So I also do a freestyle on Saturday nights. So yeah, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Also, I've shared this link on the various social media pages that I currently have, which I've had not for a while. On Facebook, Clarence Woods Emerson. You can follow me there. It's got over 25,000 followers. The Turtleboy Sports Facebook page is growing quickly. Get on there. It's up to almost 14,000. The Uncle Turtleboy page, which has over 17,000. It's a lot of, when you add them all up, even though it's probably the same people on all these pages, it's a lot of people. And then on Twitter, I'm on Twitter at Dr. Turtleboy and at Turtleboy Phone. Retweet it, let people know we are live, but most importantly, smash that subscribe button. Give us a big thumbs up if you're watching right now, and we'll get it started. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. She says, because Lance guessed 9-12. Go Bolts, kill the Habs. They're playing tonight, right? Is that 2-0 that series or 1-0? I know the Canadiens did not win. I don't think they've won any games yet. So what a stupid Stanley Cup Finals. Okie dokie. So yeah, make sure you're doing that. And what Suzanne just did right there, that's always an option for everyone. That's called the super chat. If you like what we do, this is kind of how I make a living. So if you like Turtleboy and you like the program and you want to continue and you support this, whatever, there's think of it like a tip button. You know what I mean? Good service. So there's a $sign thing on the bottom. If you click on that, you can donate however much you want, and you get to write your own little message on there. I cannot control that. No one can censor that. So you can give a shout out to maybe somebody owes you child support. Maybe somebody looked at you the wrong way. Maybe someone's a hoe. I don't know. You tell me. You can put it all on there. Okay. So speaking of hoes, today, what I want to start with, this is not like normally a topic of a blog, but it's kind of, newsworthy a little bit, I guess, just because I like fucking shitting on her. So there was a missing child today. The bikers against, thank you very much, Blarney Oki says, Happy Canada Day. I didn't know that was a day. Happy Canada Day. So yeah, let me pull this up here. So the Facebook group Bikers Against Abusing Kids often shares stuff about missing children. And there is a missing girl that they shared today. And her name is Allison Manning. She's 16 years old. She ran away from the Wayside Youth and Family Support in Framingham around 5 p.m. on Monday. She ran with another girl named Teresa. That was added later on. It was picked up by someone. The male subject in the picture is her boyfriend, Christian Campagna, 17 of 4 Grove Street, Melrose. Oh, Melrose. They produce hood rats? I didn't know that. And is known to police. Allison ran away from this facility for inpatient behavioral therapy once before. She tested positive for cocaine and fentanyl in her system upon her return. She had been with Christian during her time away. If you spot her, contact her. So this is, you see this, you're like, oh, that sucks. I mean, I've seen this happen a million times before. They always come back. I mean, I don't want to jinx it here, but like, whenever you see like a missing 16-year-old girl anywhere, they ran off with their boyfriend. That's what it usually means. But this guy sounds like a real scumbag. So if you know where this girl is, call the police because they need your help, okay, to locate her. But, it's tough when you get to that age. I don't know what caused it. So anyway, I see a comment on here. This is before they added the caveat about Teresa, the girl Teresa. And Kate Peter announces, all of a sudden she shows up here. Now, if you recall, what was it, about 3-4 months ago, Kate Peter's kid was announced missing. And about 3 or 4 months before that, the police were called to Kate's house just before Thanksgiving because Kate got in a fight with her daughter, with her kid. If you don't know who Kate is, go back and read the blog. She's arguably one of the biggest ratchets. We call her the Trojan ratchet around here because I hired her. Oops. And turns out she has quite the past I did not know about, and she sabotaged my blog from the inside, and then attempted to smear me on the way out to all my followers, made up a whole bunch of terrible lies about me. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Oh, yeah, then she, hacked into my account, got a restraining order against me, a temporary one, attempted to send me to jail, have me arrested by sending a death threat to herself, burning a truck down at her company, and taking me to court. I won, and then she's just been absolutely insane since then. So, yeah, that's the story. So while this is all going on, I've met Kate's daughter before. Kate does not give this girl any attention whatsoever. And I feel bad for her because she needs attention, obviously. She's been in and out of foster care her whole life. She's one of the unlucky ones. The younger two are the lucky ones, of course, because they were adopted out, which was great for them. Because they got an opportunity at life. It was not voluntary on Kate's part. She didn't have a choice. She just kept picking dick over them. And there was a gentleman named Stephen Young, who's the father of the 3 younger kids. Now, they did not. Here's the thing. Oh, get this update. You don't like this one. So, and I haven't told anyone this one yet. They didn't want those younger 3 kids. The younger 3 kids all came from Stephen, right? There was a domestic incident involving the 2 of them in, I believe, 2012. According to Kate, Kate was and him were like both arrested for something shortly before this, another incident in a car. And then after that, they didn't want them living together, and Kate kept doing it anyway. That's a big reason they took the kids away, because she just keeps picking dudes over, Thank you very much, Cartwright. Appreciate that. She keeps picking dudes over her kids. So Stephen Young was arrested for allegedly kicking the shit out of her. Now, we've seen the pictures of Kate after that, and she does not have any black eyes, nothing. And when she first wrote that story, you all read it for me, right? You all read that story. And, it was like, man, this girl's got quite the past. I mean, she's a reformed, whatever. She says she's got a ratchet past. She's the victim of domestic violence. You feel bad for her. You're like, she's got a big vocabulary. I'm like, I liked her just as much as you people did. She seemed legit. Well, now that I think about it and I look back on that, I'm like, some of the lies that she told about me, just straight up lies, like hacking in my account, sending death threats to herself, reading some of those police reports between her and Andrew Johnson, the boyfriend that she pretends is her husband. It's really not her husband, it's her boyfriend. And he called the cops on her like 3 times and got arrested like 2 of the times. Like somehow she would convince the cops that he did something wrong. And she convinced the North Attleboro police that I was like doing something wrong to her. It's like, she's really good at that. And it makes me wonder, did she convince the Taunton police of that on that day in 2012 with Stephen Young? Did she? Well, I don't know. And a couple weeks ago, we had on here a woman named Natasha, and her husband used to be BFFLs with Kate, and they used to fuck with people. Like, they used to Eli wants nothing to do with her now, but back then they were buddies, and Kate would enlist him to fuck with her enemies, in which case were the family members that were taking care of her children because she was off drinking and getting dick and stuff like that. Well, after that episode, more people reached out to me. Every time I do a show about Kate, more people who she has wronged to reach out to me. So this time, guess who reached out to me? If you recall, 6-7 months ago, Rick Kelly reached out to me, the father of the oldest, right? Who do you think? Take a wild guess. Who do you think reached out to me this time? And I'm going to try to get him on the show. And remember, Willie and I were in a group chat, and she was trying to convince me Bret was the problem. She really fucked with my head. I'm like, what? I trusted her. It sucked. There you go. Oh, you guys all got it. It's Stephen Young. Yeah. So it's not Stephen Young herself, her husband. Correct. It is Stephen Young's fiance that reached out to me, and he wants to tell his side of the story. Yeah. And so does she. And I say fiance because they can't get married right now. They want to get married, but they can't because he's legally married to Kate. So it's Kate won't sign the divorce papers. They're like, we keep sending the divorce papers. She refuses to sign the divorce papers. Now, I can't figure that one out for the life of me. If anybody can figure that one out for me, like, why would they do that? Why would Kate want to stay legally married to this guy? There has to be some scam involved. There's got to be a scheme with her. It's not like by accident. So he is still married to Kate. And that's why this other woman wants to marry him. They've been together for a few years, I guess. And she can't because of Kate, because Kate won't sign the divorce papers. So anyway, Stephen Young now lives in Montana. Yeah, he lives. So when I was in Montana, so were they. So they reached out to me. We had a nice conversation. I didn't speak to him. I spoke to her. She's actually back in Massachusetts right now. So they're originally from Massachusetts, and they both just started a new life in Montana, wanted to get the hell out of here. But she insists that Kate is not lying, is not telling the truth about that. Stephen's no angel, but that he is not the person that she is portraying it to be, and that incident is not the way it's being portrayed to be. And guess what? I believe her, and I believe him, because Kate, I've seen her firsthand. She's a pathological liar. And this is another example. After I exposed her, and I talked about the daughter's, like how she got her daughter locked up after that domestic incident in November. She went on her panel. I don't even want to call it a show. It's a bunch of freaks on boxes talking to each other and jerking off the cop block videos. She decided that she was going to tell her friends. Remember, friends, not fans. She's going to tell her friends that the girl was still living with her. And I remember Degeneration Nation was on my show, and he came on here. He's like, she is not in foster care. Kate says she's with her. So that's that. How dare you? Don't you know that I jerk off to Kate? Stop saying mean things about Kate. Yeah. So anyway, I guess she doesn't, because she ran away from that foster home, 3 or 4 months ago. And since then, Kate has still been pretending. She never talked about that incident. Never talked about the missing kid that was in the news. Awkward. I guess her fans didn't notice that because none of them are from Massachusetts. And so she lied about that. And then once again, she decides to come on this post today and say, hi, my daughter ran with her too. Could you add her to this post, please? What a fucking weird thing to post. What a weird thing to post. Can you add her to this post? My missing child. First of all, if finding your child is dependent on a biker Facebook group, I know they do good work, but you have failed as a parent if you've ever found yourself in that situation. Please add me to there. Why would you want to be added there? It's shameful, but I think she likes being shamed. She really does. She's like, I did. Frank has her photos now. I'm driving to the state police. This girl has been missing for 3 days, and she's just finding out about it now, and she's just going to the state police now. Why are you going to the state police? That doesn't even, I think that's a lie. Why would she be going to the state police? Why would she just not go to her town police? You're not going to go to the state police. They would tell you to go to your town police. I've done that before. I've gone to the state police with shit. They're like, don't come to us. You get referred to us. Like, we do the serious shit. Like, your kid's fine. Like, your kid probably just ran away and whatever. She'll be back. She runs away a lot. And so, yeah, obviously I want to make it clear right now, right, that none of this is a shot at the girl, the teenage girl, because she's a teenager, for crying out loud. She's just a kid. And, this is more a shot at how disgusted I am with the fact that Kate continues to invest her time and energy into this channel, which does nothing. There's no point to it whatsoever. They don't talk about anything interesting. It's just dumb. They obsess about me mostly. And that's what you're doing while this child who is screaming out for help and is 14 and is not unreachable yet. You still have like 4 more years till she's an adult. And this is what you're doing. Like, you're the reason she got this way. And that's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off, is that Kate has created another version of her, basically. And so, yeah, here's some more comments. They're like, I sent from my personal email. Did you get it? Sorry to bug you, but I'm absolutely panicked. If you can message me, I can explain why in further detail. Trying not to text and drive. So you can read an email when you're driving, but you can't text? What? Huh? So, first of all, this is another lie. She's not panicking. This is a woman who, remember, literally gave away 2 of her children. Just gave them away. Didn't give a shit about, for the rest of their lives, she would not know what they were going to do. But she's panicking because she doesn't know where her daughter is, even though she, the vast majority of her life, her daughter has not slept under Kate's roof. But she's panicking. She's very worried, right? No, this is weird. This is like, she almost wants to be known as the mother who loses her kid. So some turtle riders are on there. This is what she writes. So I came on there and I'm like, I had a comment that got like 100 likes, basically blasting her. I see Kate Peters on there. Don't let her fool you. Because remember, they're against abusing kids. Kate's a child abuser. Like, don't let her walk away from that. She abuses children. Don't let her fool you. She abuses kids. Fact, not opinion. And so she doesn't like when I blow up her spot like this. So she says, can you maybe not let Aiden Carney's slander interfere with finding my at-risk child? Oh, yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault you can't find your fucking kid, Kate. Right. My slander. Everything I said about you is true. You know that. It's not interfering with your child being found. Your child's not going to get found because of the bikers against abusing kids. Your child's going to get found when she feels like coming back, okay? As she always does, and then you'll go right back to your program. Who knows? You probably have a show tonight. Who knows, right? Is she doing one tonight? I don't even know. Probably. Anything else? She said some other shit here that I was like laughing at. No, that's not the one. This one. Somebody says to her, wow, whoever Amy Lynn Wilson is sucks. She goes, wow, I'm sorry that dude made such a crappy comment. Most times it has nothing to do with someone's parenting, but instead outside sources. You know who says something like that? A shitty parent says something like that. No, most of the time it actually has a lot to do with parenting, especially when they're 14. Yeah, it has a lot to do with them. And then she goes, I used to write for a crappy online blog. I decided I didn't want to write for the crappy online blog anymore. Oh, yes, very crappy. So the guy who runs said crappy online blog has been cyber stalking me. Oh, yeah, I'm cyber stalking you, Kate. You broke into my fucking account and wrote a death threat to yourself, but I'm cyber stalking you. Right. Defaming me. Dragging my children for almost 2 years. Nobody's dragging your fucking kids, Kate, except for you. It's not normal to try to derail someone's effort to find a missing child. You know what's not normal, Kate? And Kate's little hacks out there. You know what's not normal? Harassing and threatening a suicide prevention nonprofit and trying to cancel them by calling their advertisers because they had a guest on the show who was having mental health issues and you didn't like that guest because she actually did that. She tried to get a suicide prevention nonprofit canceled because he came on the show and we talked about mental health. That literally happened. Yeah, like A-Dub said, I can't believe she's explaining this in the thread. Like, this shows how unserious she is about, like, getting the kid. Like, even though her kid is fucking missing, she still has time to write this fucking paragraph about, like, my situation with her. Like, still has to get the final word in there, right? You know, it's not normal to try to derail someone's efforts to find a missing child. All the ongoing harassment certainly hasn't helped my daughter's mental health. You know what else hasn't helped her mental health, Kate? Neglect and abuse. And like going from foster home to foster them. I think that might have contributed slightly to whatever mental health issues that your daughter has. I think it might have to do with that. Now, Kate has no reason to have mental health issues because Kate literally had a fine upbringing. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but she lived in Chatham. Her brother Matt is successful, and that's why he wants nothing to do with her. But he, there's absolutely no reason for Kate not to be a normal person, except for the fact that she is just evil, man. She is just evil. But yes, she made it all about herself again. I'm curious about whether or not her boyfriend is equally as fucked up. No, so the boyfriend, people say he's a nice guy. He's like an abuse victim, though. Like, you have to be with someone like her. You have to be willing to just take mental abuse. He's been arrested like multiple times because of her, because she lied about him. So it goes on to say, it's really disgusting that the stupid, petty online feud rears its head in situations such as this. And then Joanne Russell, God bless you. Joanne Russell comes on there and she goes, Kate Peter, is this your idea of searching for your daughter? Why don't you put the phone down, stop trying to defend yourself while blaming it on others, and go look for her? Amen, sister. Amen. Like, what are you doing right now? Your kid's fucking missing. Your kid's missing. Go find your fucking kid. This is, and somebody says, somebody's like, I'm so sorry. I went through similar with both my teenage girls, and one made it on every news station. We need to get this information out. Yes. And if your kid was missing, you would be panicking. Not Kate, though. Kate's on here. She's like, this is a nightmare. And it's the second treatment facility my daughter's run from. Oh, yeah. So just second time. Not my first rodeo. What the fuck? What is wrong with this woman? Anything else she said? Yeah, can you share me too? What a bizarre thing to say. Yeah, so if you've seen her, she looks exactly like Kate. What did this guy? Oh, Todd Ferry gave it to her. She goes, that is only a reflection of bad parenting. So amen there, Todd Ferry. Completely agree with that statement. And 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗃𝗃, good job too. So it's kind of interesting that she said all this, because I want to show you guys a video here that I pulled up. Let me pull this. I haven't gone over these, but I actually watched some of them today for the first time. So back when I had my situation, and by the way, I played this before, but let me play it again because it needs to be played again. This is what Kate is saying about her own child while she is apparently in a group home or whatever this program is. This is what she's doing.
What I am really starting to grapple with a lot is the way that people are dragging my fucking children, especially my teenage daughter, right? That's going through her own shit right now. And to constantly, like, you don't have to be there when the camera's cut off and my daughter is literally like, Mom, like, why are they talking so much shit about me? Why are they making me shit up? It really does bother me at the end of the day.
You know who else isn't there when her daughter says that? Kate, because they don't live together. Yeah.
She's a teenager. She's finding her own way. She's going to make mistakes. I'm okay with that.
Oh, she's okay with it. She's okay.
It's unfortunate that because of my role on the internet, my child, my 14-year-old
voluntary
who, by the way, is a very intelligent, very beautiful, charismatic.
She's great. She's a great kid. I love her.
The mafia has a code where, no families, no judges, nobody, it's not business.
Oh, you guys can't hear that?
Business. They're doing their own business.
Hold on. Did you guys not hear that at all? Let me change my mic.
These guys have gone beyond that. This
Thank
is
you, Billy.
I almost feel like they're not going to be happy.
Now listen to this part.
You know what? You guys are lucky that I don't allow my daughter her own presence in this, because she would fuck you all up. I'm not even kidding. But
Yeah, she would.
At some point, as she gets older, more and more does my control sort of fall to the wayside, and I say, okay, you have certain control over your own things. the closer that she gets to 18, the more that you may or may not see her, you know, respond to the shit. I would not want to be in the way of this kid. I really would not, because she will fuck you up.
Mhm.
And I was lucky. I had a very quiet daughter who graduated
She
in 4
will.
years.
Yeah,
so
no one
I
cares
was,
about your
you know,
stupid kid. She will fuck you up. That's what she considers. Her daughter is just literally somebody that she's just training to be on her show. That's the only value she sees in this child. Poor kid. That kid can't get a break. But I also found this video. Let me find it real quick. Of her show from back when I was having my mental health break. And remember, they never really talk about me until that happened. And that's what makes them so gutless. Let me put it right here. Let me pull it up. And thank you there. Michael Gianetti says, I'll take her kids and will 100% raise them better than she ever could. Cracking up. I mean, let's have a vote right now. Who is a child worse off with? Vote 1 for Mike Gianetti. Vote 2 for 𝗡𝗄𝘃. Go. 1 for Mike Gianetti. 2 for 𝗡𝗄𝘃. This is an interesting question, actually. I'm kind of curious. I would vote 𝗡𝗄𝘃. I would vote 2. But what do you people say? Bret says 3. Yeah. 2, 1. So Kate, Gianetti, Kate, Gianetti. More Kates. Gianetti's. Yeah. That's a lot of Kates. Wow. If you are a worse parent than Mike Gianetti, you should just give up on life completely. No offense. But she won't, because she's way too selfish. So we don't have to worry about that. So let me show you this video. Now, I never showed this because, I don't know, I was like down in the dumps when it happened, and I just didn't have the energy to respond, which is exactly, by the way, did this video come up? What the fuck am I showing right now? Stop screen. Oh, I don't want that one. I want this one. Share screen. Okay. So I never showed this, but this was like a 2.5-hour show dedicated to me, which is just so flattering. It's just filled with lies. Lies I've debunked a million times. But she had Gaffney on here. And let's watch some of the things that they were saying about me and the performance that Kate puts on while talking about her daughter in this video.
At first, but then we got to talking and it worked out just fine. So you've got a child sneaking around behind you there.
Actually,
Kate.
I got to go back a little more.
The fact that just a month ago he fabricated it.
Okay, this is getting good.
Like, it affects you. Like,
so that's another one of his little as we know, his disingenuous statement.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, it's just crazy. And it really, like, it again, like, I get to the point where I start to worry about, like, you know, how far is this really going to go? Like, when is it going to stop? Because that's really all that I've wanted this whole time is, like, I just want to do my stupid YouTube channel. And I feel genuinely, like, guilty sometimes, because it's like, I don't, at no point, no matter how hard that it's gotten, and how stressful, and I'm pretty tough, but yeah, when you're getting a ton of messages from people you've never met, taunting you about some of the most painful things in your life and calling you garbage, like, after a while, like, it affects you. Like, you know, I try to remember that it's just the internet, and, you know, these people don't know me. The people who do know me, you know what my life is like today. And
yes,
you know,
they do. Correct.
But after a while, it does wear on you. It really does. And it's just bogged me down. But I always told myself, I don't want to let this guy win, because if this behavior accomplishes what he wants to accomplish and takes me down, then
that's literally what she told DCF, was that they're like, why don't you just stop your show? She's like, but then he'll win. So who cares about her daughter? I mean more to her than her daughter. That's how sick she is.
Next person that he wants to get out of his way, or the next person that he wants to hurt, he's going to have that reinforcement that this behavior works. I don't want to show him that this behavior works. And, also, particularly with my background with, I was in a domestic violence relationship and all that, like, I don't want to usurp control over my own life just because a disgruntled man is telling me to.
Look at this fake cry. Look at it. Look at it.
He destroyed a woman that had a dance studio. It was a ballet dance studio.
Okay. Do you guys remember that? Okay. What a performance that was by Kate. Like, she can't, like, she is so devoid of real emotions. It's the fakest cry I've ever seen in my life. It's so pathetic. Thank you, Lyle and the Meeks. Says 𝗲𝗄𝘃𝗲 is going to sell her meat flaps to Connie for food stamps to the Ratchets 4th of July party. Amen. You're a bully now. Oh, I'm such a bully. I'm such a bully. I feel genuinely guilty because I lost half my kids. Right. She really is always the victim. I mean, bitch, you fucking neglected your kids. Now, Gaffney's he brings she brought him on out of pure desperation. And because he's bad, he's not good. He doesn't know how to roast me good. And he brings up this dance, like he brings up the Candy Dennis blog. You guys remember that from 2 years ago? The woman in Beverly who was scamming all of her clients. She had a big racket going. And I think she was pretending to be sick too. I honestly forget. Everybody read it. And I think her sister too. Somebody close to her gave me information. I have to go back and read that part series about Candy Dennis. But she ended up like selling the studio like within like a week and moved to Florida. Like I won that one pretty easily. But anyway, Gaffney's going to bring that up here for some reason.
Because her sister was feeding him with information. Obviously a family squabble. And we all know how what's the word I'm looking for? Loose he is with evidence. So the woman ended up selling her studio and moving and selling her home. So her husband and child left the area. And he wrote a blog celebrating how he had destroyed her life. So, and I don't know enough about the person to say whether she's a good person or a bad person. In all honesty,
not as bad as you.
Most of us are a bit of both at any time. But she certainly didn't deserve that. And yes, if he could do that to you, he would. In the meantime, he'd cry about how you're picking on him, but he would do that to you. So you are standing tall, and I encourage you to continue to stand tall. You know you've got a lot of friends, and you also have the BAAK. We're all behind you.
BAAK. So while these two are having a touching moment, let's review their history together because this is just too good. Let's review the BAAK's history with 𝗲𝗄𝘃𝗲. So let's see what Kate had to say. Oh, what the heck is that? Oh, gross, pasty, nasty, weird. Ugh. Okay, so this is what is this?
The fact of the matter is that he's not the only person that is receiving one of these letters. Obviously, you guys kind of know what went down with Turtleboy Sports. At this point, I am suing him.
Oh,
so when it comes down to other people that have latched on to some of Aiden Carney's more ridiculous and defamatory claims, I don't really care about spending a little bit of extra money, and suing them to make a point.
Yeah, raise some too.
He might not understand what he's gotten, the pile of shit that he's just stepped in.
Ooh.
But if he doesn't take it seriously, then he is going to understand because I do have a legitimate attorney. My attorney is actually Turtleboy Sports arch nemesis Michael Gaffney.
A legitimate attorney.
Pro bono if I run out of money, so it's not like legal fees aren't a huge issue for me right now. And I will. Like I said the other night, when it comes to the victims of these auditors with likeness laws and things like that, I am taking this to civil court and using legal avenues to shut this bad behavior down.
Sure you are.
So how long does he have until you pursue to go to the next step?
Yeah.
2 business days.
Oh, 2 business days.
2 business days.
2 days.
You gave it to him today or yesterday?
It was mailed out this morning. I had made he had made a comment somewhere and said, like, how'd your daughter get those marks? Which is, just another ridiculous ridiculous fucking claim that's been, first I beat her, now I'm letting her get raped. None of those things happened, and I do have documentation of that. But,
documentation.
I made the comment back to him, like, listen, you're going to get a demand letter, and you should probably shut the fuck up right now, because, like, I'm not kidding. And if you have further communication with me, it can be through my attorney, Michael Gaffney. Like, very simple.
So he hasn't got the letter yet, so it's going to be surprised when he gets it, especially after what he just said tonight.
Well, I think he's panicked enough to start talking about a countersuit, right? Because that is.
Oh yeah. So Mike, that's when things aren't going well. Kate is used to getting men to controlling men, and I'm the guy that can't be controlled, and so that's why she's like, she's really frustrated by me. So the Worcester Independent Leader was Mike Gaffney's former blog, and Kate used to just go on there and shit on him all the time. He used to say, she says to him, the only obsession here is yours. Do you need help resolving these homoerotic longings for Aiden Carney, or will another extramarital affair keep your stuff them back deep down inside? Whatever I can do to help, Mikey. You don't have to stay in the closet forever. I understand and support you. These are so funny. This is her shitting all over her lawyer. These people have no bottom. It's like none of this ever happened. Like, oh yeah. Remember that time I just fucking emasculated you and called you a closeted homosexual? JB says, Bret, Ratchets, thanks for helping me get through tough. Oh, absolutely, JB. Anytime. That's what we're here for, man. What else does she go on and say here? She says, it's a filter. My comments were there, then gone. This is nothing more than your fragile ego and milky white fingers, Buttercup. Hey, Gaffney, how does it feel to have 1/24th the Facebook followers we have and 1/100th the readership? How does it feel to be so bitter, unsuccessful, and infantile that 2 years later you still can't get us off your mind? Here's the thing. Our blog, she's like, not my Aiden's blog, our blog has ebb and flow, ups and downs, but we always move forward. You are always stuck tangibly beneath us. I'd feel bad for you, except you are such an asshole, such an unlikable loser. You make it impossible. And let's not forget, you regularly cheat on your wife on that chubby ginger pig of a wife. How do you forgive that? How do you get over that one? You're calling my wife a chubby ginger pig. How do you move on from that? How is that not a deal killer? Hey, remember that time you called my wife a chubby ginger? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't really like her either, but so I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay if you don't like your wife. He goes, libelous statements. That's hilarious. Please do come sue me. You clearly aren't at your rock bottom yet, so let's do this. It's going to be beyond humiliating for you, worth the time off from work for me. Not that you'd understand that concept. Free time is clearly abundant in your sad little life. I'm obviously not Aiden. Are you okay? You're not okay. Let me help you, you sad, sick, crazy loser. Please, Mikey, I'm here to support you. And Mike says, no, it's a filter because generally we don't allow trash like you to post your filthy language. But as you are an Aiden writer, your comment was hidden. Trash, huh? The last time I had an affair was never. How about you? First of all, that's a lie. That's a lie, Kate. You're cheating on your husband, Stephen Young, every day that you live with Andrew, but you do cheat on Andrew too, and that's okay. I'm not judging you for that. That's the least objectionable thing you've done, quite frankly, in your life. She says, this obsession you are nursing is beyond pathetic. We're pulling in 100 times the views per month you are. I would guarantee it. How about it? Show me yours. I'll show you mine. No shame here. We both know mine is bigger. Aiden, if you want to comment, feel free to comment as yourself. No fake profiles allowed. She goes, here I am as myself, you literal shit for brains. I'm not Aiden, but you fail to understand such things as you are disgustingly obsessed. So do you want some support workings out those homoerotic longings or nah? I must have struck a nerve. He goes on to say, oh, and then these are our conversations. Like, I'm like telling her one day, I'm like, Kate, you got any of those Gaffney memes lying around? She's like, yeah, I got some somewhere. She's just got all these ready-made homosexual Gaffney memes. Like, hey, Kate, you got Gaffney memes? Oh, I got Gaffney memes. I got Gaffney memes. Oh, let me dig them up here. Look at these Gaffney memes. It's all just him bending over Ryan Waters. Oh man. And then she goes, fuck that faggot, she says. Fuck that faggot. Look at these memes. Look at these memes. 50 Shades of Gaff. I love that. Broke Gaff Mountain. They're so good. They're so good. Okay. So yeah, I never ended up getting the email. I was really upset. I never got sued, so that was sad. And this is another thing she says about Gaffney. Gaffney is certifiably insane, but we are currently playing a game of chicken. I wish I could have recorded the conversation. Fuck him. I hope he dies in a car crash. I wish I could tell him how everyone in my office is laughing their balls out of his expense right now. Because Gaffney, when he found out who Kate was, he called her work. She works at like King's Village something in Bridgewater. And I don't even know what she does there, but Gaffney was like, said he wanted to rent the property and he gave his real name. He obviously didn't want to rent property. He just wanted to let Kate know that he knew who she was. It was like his way of fucking with her. Gaffney is 2 steps away from a rubber room. I literally posted for my own page. I'm not Aiden and he still thinks I am you. It's incredible. He's unhinged. I guarantee your wife doesn't even think about you as much as he does. I would love to find Gaffney's weakness. He's just so self-obsessed. It's hard. He doesn't fully realize what he's up against here. I don't think we have a solid and growing SJW following. We do? What? If I could just find one thing universally egregious enough, he wouldn't be able to contain or ignore the backlash. Fucking Gaffney for 2 hours is this is a good one. Forget waterboarding. Fucking Gaffney for 2 hours is a human rights violation. She roasted him good. I honestly don't know if Gaffney's on Tinder. He and I have played chicken a bit through my work. But I honestly, I don't think he I write for you. I think he harasses turtle riders to find them. He's a vindictive cunt, flopping cunt. His motivation's malicious. Yeah. Oh yeah. Then she signs him up for gay texts. Milky Mike's colleague Jennifer is now getting his gay sex texts. And this is what this girl does all day. She just fucks with people on the internet. She's just a troll. We have a new pastime. It's called Gaffney. We troll live videos and get people to call Gaffney's cell phone. We played its sister game, 𝗟𝗄𝘃. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so she's sending Gaffney messages saying, this is a courtesy from dirtylittlesluts.com. Were you satisfied with your encounter? Yeah. So it just goes on and on and on. Okay. So they all fucked with him. Everybody fucked with Gaffney, including Anastasia, Stacey Barnes, but that's a different story. So anyway, back to the video. That's the only reason I bring that up. It's like, remember that when you're watching these two hit it off, that's what Kate said about him. Those are the things that Kate said about him. Back to this.
He doesn't have the wherewithal to take you down.
I am so thankful for, all the people that I've met through this. And I appreciate the support. I know, I saw some super chats come in. I'm sorry that I didn't personally thank everybody. I'll go back and give you a shout out or something. I appreciate everything that you guys do. I don't even know.
Look at this. Look at this fake. How can you be this fake?
It's just a lot. It's just a lot.
It's just
especially the way that my kids get mad into it.
Is this real? How do you? That's not even a good acting job.
Been dealing with his nonstop harassment since the day I told him that I would no longer be part of his life.
That's not what happened.
In his little abandonment issues, you've actually hung a lot stronger than anybody I know. You asked me tonight to come on the show, and it was kind of taxing for me to even look at some of his nonsense. And here you are with 700 pages of evidence and things that you've gone through and prepared for. You are one heck of a person, and we all appreciate you.
Philadelphia Gaffney, that's what that is.
Yeah, I just.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I hate giving the satisfaction. The one time that I really did break down over some of this shit, like he sees me upset and he revels in it, or he'll pick it apart. And she's not really upset; she's evil. Like, guys, half the stuff that he's saying like is demonstratively not true. And I have all this evidence, and it's sitting right there. And the fact that people believe it anyway, and it just gets spread and spread and spread. Like, there's enough shit about me. Okay, I am not perfect.
No, you're not.
I'm a pretty shitty person. Like, I understand that. But
hi, everybody.
I'm a shitty
Can you hear
person.
me?
Oh, look at this. I'm so sad.
Hey.
We can.
Hi. Kate, it just breaks my heart to see you cry like this, because the people that don't know the whole story and they're force-fed, the manipulation by Aiden. I mean, anybody, I really urge you guys to look in the Dropbox, read the transcripts just from Gaffney alone. I mean, anyone that's been around a long time will know the stories he's told about Gaffney. When I took a step back and
this would have been a good episode to read
those transcripts, it was completely different the way it was portrayed. I'm sorry, it was. And that's a whole nother story. Kate and herself, and like, let me tell you something. I know Kate in real life. This internet stuff, you might hear stories of her past or whatever, but we all have something in our past that, is not the greatest. It depends on who
some
you are
of us
today.
have lost
Kate's a
half our
good person today. Her kids love her today, and I'm just making a plea, man. Just leave her kids alone. Like, for the love of God, they don't deserve any of this, any of it. It really sucks. Like, we would go to Toast House over the summer, and I would, talk to Kate's kids, and they were well aware of what Aiden was doing. Like, they're not stupid. I mean, imagine being a teenage girl and having to go to school and have your friends know about, like, it's so heartbreaking to know that this person is hurting children above all else, and like, it breaks my heart to see you that upset. It really does. I hope you guys wake up and, really look into this. I mean, I watched the man lie before my eyes in court. He said we were all kicked out. That never happened. I mean, when you're a firsthand person in this, it is really eye-opening. Like, Gaffney, man, I'm sorry for all the jokes we made about you.
I'm sorry for all remember when we like all the jokes we made about you, and they like him now. All of a sudden they're just like, oh wait. Ashley's like, I suddenly realized it. Like, I followed you like a fucking sad puppy dog for years. I loved your thing because it was raw, authentic, truthful, and obviously widely read, and it made a difference because it got, major institutions to act based on the things that I wrote and exposed and stuff like that. But all of a sudden she just woke up and saw the light, and it's like, wait a minute. What if we're the baddies and Gaffney's the good guy? Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. I called you a feckless, small dick cunt with the chubby ginger wife. I'm my bad. And Gaffney's just like, whatever. I have no fucking shame. I'll laugh about it.
What's funny is when Aiden, when he found out that I was actually associating with Kate, he came out with that whole blog, and like, here's all the, mean, horrible things Kate said. Well, I'm sorry. And I can maybe relate back to when you were, in your 20s and dating someone, and they were just smearing the heck out of their ex, you know what I mean? And like, the person's the worst person on earth. And then they screw you over, and you start thinking like, maybe that guy wasn't bad, or that girl wasn't bad. Maybe it was the jerk that I was dating.
Yeah, you're not so bad.
Yeah,
Gaffney's my ex.
This, like, monster. Like, it's just not even, like, Gaffney has been so nice, like, helping Kate and everything else. Like, and it's not even my enemy of my enemy. Like,
yes, that's
you're like
exactly
a genuinely nice person. So I feel bad that, all the jokes that, because I used to be a diehard turtle rider. I used to get on you. I used to make fun of you just because I thought you were a bad person. Like, that's the way it was painted, but you're really not. And
this
neither
is so
Kate.
bad. This
and
is
if
so
anybody,
pathetic.
Wants to, and this is the thing,
Yeah.
Aiden says, like, oh,
Hey, where's Bret?
People
Great
like
Bret on
Ashley
it.
and them, they don't have a mind of their own.
No,
So,
they don't.
They're going to believe whatever Kate says. No, let me tell you something. That's the opposite. The people that follow Kate are the opposite.
Oh, right.
Look at the big picture. Like, yeah, there was some mistakes in the past, but is she like that now? No. Like, move on, dude. Like, the fact that it's a year later and we're still
I love that. It's like, yeah, there were some mistakes in the past. You lost your kids, and the DCF is constantly in your life, and you're a raging alcoholic, and your daughter keeps running away from home, and there was obviously sexual abuse going on there at some point, clearly based on the behavior. The kids were touching each other. And by the way, you have crusty panties that were so filthy that they had to be chemically destroyed with at your boy Eli's house. That was not nice. Not pleasant at all. Ugh, gross. And by the way, she has let herself go, huh? She just does not care at all anymore. Good Lord. Good Lord. It's not. Anyway. And I like how they're like, oh, we don't care about him. Bitch, you're dedicating a 2.5-hour show to me because you knew I wouldn't respond then.
Sitting here talking about this is like disturbing.
A couple more minutes of this.
And I don't know how you stayed quiet for this long, Kate. In comparison to what he's done, like literally you've barely said anything. It's nuts.
Well, I didn't find it to be appropriate. And it's like, I just kept being, I would tell myself, like, just ignore it. And eventually he'll run out of steam. And it's like, no. And I mean, really, the fact that just a month ago he fabricated an entire arrest, it never happened. And then, when it was confirmed that it never happened, he doubled down and lied and said, oh, the North Attleboro police told me they don't give out domestics, domestic.
We pulled the call logs up from your house, Kate.
It's because it doesn't happen. And he's putting me in a position to where he wants.
Blindy, send me those call logs, will you?
It's very, very, but it's very difficult to say, I can prove that I don't abuse my kids. I mean, obviously we saw some medical records, his whole story about me bruising my dog, that's a lie. But I've never been investigated for child abuse.
Yes,
I've never been arrested for child abuse. I've never been convicted of child abuse.
No,
I've never been suspected of child abuse.
So your daughter told me the story myself. She literally told me like that she had bruises from getting out the window. Like,
the daughter said so.
And I could see the pain. Like, she laughs about it, but I can tell she doesn't think this is funny. You know what I mean? Like, these kids are aware. Like, we live in a digital age now. It's not where I don't know if he thinks they don't know or whatever. He just don't care, and that just speaks to even more of what a piece of shit person he really is. Like,
he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. I mean, he laughs about it. Or even worse, well, if you care about your kids, I would just get off the internet. Like,
yes.
No, that is a false equivalency. My presence on the internet does not compel you to attack my children.
It's not just me.
Yeah. Thanks for telling your story, man. And like I said, I think I'll go back in and I'll help you with the timestamps. Like, here's the timestamp where this is, where that is, because this is a pretty long stream, but there's a lot to go over. I mean, these people have no idea how much has really transpired,
There it is.
But yeah, man, keep your head up. Yeah, I've watched you soldier on this past year. I've looked at Kate a couple times and been like, dude, I don't know how you do it. I would probably just given up. Honestly, like, this is crazy. And she'd be like, Ashley, I just do it for the next person. Literally, I can't fold because then he'll just keep doing this. And like that right there, man, Kate, you're a soldier. Don't listen to these people. You know what kind of woman you are now.
You're a soldier, Kate.
Gaffney, sorry I called you a Q-tip. My bad.
No worries. And it's honestly,
man. Gaffney got jacked. You got jacked, kid. Your wife's in good shape, man. You guys look healthy. You're doing really good for yourself. And you know what? That's the best revenge right there. You're happy. Good for you.
Agreed. That's why I had to write a blog about it. But honestly, yes, Kate has been amazing. In fact, I just was sort of ignoring the little puke for a while, just actually kind of laughing at him for continuing to obsess and write blogs about me. Jealous blogs, actually.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah,
so jealous.
He's like, look at his fancy car. Like, oh my God. What a this guy. Look at this guy. He's hurting. Yeah, look at his fancy car. Oh my God. Like, that blog was so pathetic. It was. It just screamed jealousy there. But
so jealous. So jealous.
And so I was kind of out of it. And then Kate just kept soldiering on.
Kate's listening to Gaffney. It's like even she knows he's fucking psychopath.
And she did clown on me at first, but then we got to talking and it worked out just fine. So
yeah, now that you had a mutual enemy
around behind you there, Kate.
Oh, just the kid just walks by. You there,
Probably
Bret?
ain't even hers.
It probably
just a random fucking kid.
Yeah, what is this? A free range child? What is that? Wait, we gotta stop. I gotta see this again. What is that thing? Just a kid walks by?
Just a feral kid, yeah, neighborhood kid.
What is this? A neighborhood child that's walking through?
Yeah, some garbage pail kid just wandered in.
Look at that.
I think she's.
What is that thing?
Thankfully, she's.
What is that? I'm really confused. What the hell that thing is?
That must be your fault too. That's you putting her kids into things, probably, right?
It's a fucking kid.
By her ration.
Yeah, basically, I put him in.
Oliver Twist is walking by on a midnight fucking crybaby stream, and somehow that'll be your fucking fault.
Oh my God, dude. What'd you think of this whole thing? Because I never actually watched this until somebody sent it to me today, and it's very nicely timestamped, so it's very convenient. What did you think of this whole thing?
It's all of it. It's just with her. It's these little sycophants she has, like the pudgy guy that ran away from my show when you showed up. You remember that? What's his drama douche or whatever the fuck his name is?
Corrosive.
Yeah, corrosive cunty. Yeah.
Yeah.
All these little fans, like you said, it's the legion of unfuckable losers. That's all it is. You look at everyone in her crew, and they just buy it. They don't give a fuck about the kid getting fucking fiddled on the roof by her brother. They don't care about the abuse, the arrests.
No.
None of it matters. See, this is why I enjoy all this. I love seeing her fucking crumble.
Yes.
Like, I cannot wait for the day to where I hear that either she had a total mental breakdown, ended up in the psych ward, in the wing they probably named after her daughter by now. She's been there so many fucking times.
Yeah.
and she does this shit to everybody. Maybe she doesn't do it directly. She has her little peons do it. But she muckraked my dead sister-in-law, my whole family, my mother, like all that, and then cries about shit. Yeah. Well, you earned this, kid. You've earned every bit and more of it.
Yeah. And by the way, here is the call logs to her house, which she claimed that, the police never came to my house. Here it is, 47 Avery Street, North Attleboro, domestic call, okay? Arrest. There was an arrest made there. It was a domestic incident and child trouble. So there was a child trouble, although this was the 29th. So they came to her house after they were called for a domestic incident, and someone was arrested, right? So it looks like I was right, Kate. I was right after all. And ever since then, the girl has been in the group home because Kate can't take care of her. How you doing, Suzanne?
Hey.
How
you doing?
Do you have something to add or what? What do you got?
All I have to say is, you know what? Kate's daughter may have been put through hell, but she deserves better than what her mother gave her.
Yeah. Yeah.
What her father gave her, whoever the fuck he is. This is just tearing me up.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. So she sucks. She sucks. But people saying, who's the lady? That's Suzanne. That's Suzanne.
Excuse me. I'm like the voices girl. If you really want to fuck with me, I can talk to you in different voices.
Okay. She does do good voices sometimes.
She does.
Yeah. So anyway, so anything else to add about this whole thing? And no, I've been like thinking the whole time. Like,
I mean, honestly, Kate Peter should not have custody of any of her children.
Yeah, it goes without saying.
We all know the son is, well, all right, from what we can discern, the son is a diddler.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't want to. I feel bad for him. He's a victim too.
Actually, you know what? They're all victims.
Yeah.
They're all victims of her.
Yes, agreed.
And you know what? We're the best assholes on God's green earth, but we also have the biggest hearts.
Yeah.
So, you know what? If we can help our kids, I'm sorry, I'm doing like a huge thing for cancer survivors, and right now this is just this whole thing is killing me.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Suzanne. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Anything else to add, Bret?
No, it's just like I said, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. And there'll be people tomorrow talking about how much of a scumbag I am from liking this. I don't like that her kid's a fucking mess. No. But you don't only need to look at Kate. Kate is the root cause of all of this. And someday karma comes for its payment. And she'll get it. And we will sit back and laugh because we still have a great show and you're sucking out of the dick. So fuck you, deadbeat.
Like, do you think she wants attention? Like the fact that she would go on that post today and be like, my kid's missing too. That's fucking weird, right? Like obviously she's
that's
for the kid.
That's absolutely. That's make it about you instead of the kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like you said before, the example you gave with that guy, Scott, to where she's contacting suicide prevention sponsors to get them canceled.
Yes.
but then we should cry about your fucked up kids. How does that make any fucking sense, lady?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what the pick a lane and let's run with it. But fuck, pick one. You can't have both of them. Right? It makes no sense.
Everything she does,
what the fuck are you doing?
Everything she's done since day one has been a contradiction. Like, she came on here and she was just vicious to people. Like, in the blog, like, tore people apart, and then left and was like, that was so not me. He made me.
I'm sorry.
That was like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Like, I'm like making amends with people like Vaughn, like psychopaths.
Ryan's still the biggest one to me. Like a guy that beats up little girls and kills puppies in front of them. That's your buddy now because he also hates Aiden. That's lunacy. Go fuck yourself. I'll stand by myself before I stand with these fucking pack of losers. Fuck you. I'll hang out with Kate's crazy daughter and I'll be safer than on a date with Janetti. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you going to do here? It's a lose-lose for all of them. Jesus Christ.
All right. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Let's see. Do you think Kate's kid would have run away if it wasn't for the Manning kid? I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Well, she was alone the first time. She's just looking for an out. That's just a means to an end. It doesn't matter who it's with.
I mean, her kid she just likes being bad, and she's like, my mother has no control over me, nor does she try to, because she's got this whole YouTube thing she's working on. And did you hear what she's saying about me? Like, you know, like, oh, he keeps bringing my kids into it, you know. And my daughter's saying, Mommy, why do they keep doing this, bitch? Your daughter never said that to you because she don't live with you. Stop it.
And that whole, they're lucky I don't let my daughter say her piece on that. I dare you, kid. Listen to me, Kate, you fucking dumb cunt. I dare you. Dare you to let that little fucking psychopath out of her cage.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I dare you.
I dare you.
I dare you.
Yeah, by the way,
I'll give her the Connie, you little fucking cunt. Keep fucking with me.
What are your thoughts on Bill Cosby? I mean, he's a rapist and he got let out of jail on a technicality. And I think his raping days are over. But I was saying on Jerry this morning, he's definitely going to get laid before he dies. He's Bill Cosby. Like, this is America. If you're he's going to get pussy somehow.
He put his pudding pop in the bitch that night.
Yes, no doubt. Like, he's been years without it. Years. And you don't just go from like raping everybody to not having sex for 3 years. Like, you're Bill Cosby. He took a fucking 3 Viagras and they called up a couple girls. And there are no shortage of girls in this country who will fuck Bill Cosby. I guarantee it. So, yeah. Any question? What's up with Josh Abrams? Nothing. I was going to get to some stuff today. One of the insurrectionists, Bret, that was arrested. I'll do a story on it tomorrow, from Massachusetts. He's an Abrams guy. Did we lose Bret? So that's the reason if you saw that on there on the title of the show tonight, I was going to get to that, but I believe his name is Chase Allen. And he's one of these auditors. He was auditing the Capitol riot. He got arrested in an insurrection. I have some thoughts about that. I'll sum it up for you real quick. I think the whole fucking Capitol riot is overrated. Insurrection, my ass. These people are fucking a joke. Like, that's the kind of people that were at the Capitol that day. Josh Abrams of the world. Like, a fucking joke. People that go in there and they're like, we have a right to film. We have a right to be here. You have no right to stop us. Like, that's what you get. So, other questions? Have you requested 𝗟𝗵𝘃𝗀𝘆's autopsy report? I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, Bill Cosby, O.J. Simpson. I'm waiting for O.J. Simpson to chime in on this one. I can't. I checked his Twitter today. He has not checked in yet. Do you guys want to watch? Let's watch one of the videos of the insurrection that I want to show. I'll check this out real quick. So this kid, these are okay. So my thoughts on the insurrection. Do I think people should have been charged for taking part in this? Some of them, certainly. Especially one of the guys that you're going to see in this video here. So the guy who's arrested, he's from Seekonk. he answered the door at his apartment in Seekonk with no shirt on. He had like flabby tits. Let me see if I can find it. Seekonk. Let's see. Was his name was Chase Allen, I think, or was it 𝗏𝗏𝘃𝗀𝘆? There was two. Oh, 𝗏𝗏𝘃𝗀𝘆 was the other insurrection. Chase Allen. Hold on. Might pull up my share. All right. Where'd the video go? There's a video of him being interviewed outside of his house. Yeah, here he is. That guy right there. A sedition hunter told me in March that the Chase Allen case was low-hanging fruit, so it didn't take a huge amount of sleuthing. Turns out Allen had some FBI interactions. Oh, interesting. So he's a snitch. I mean, it's just so stupid. Yeah. On January 7th, Allen visited a Las Vegas, Nevada hotel to conduct a First Amendment audit of the Las Vegas headquarters with a group called Auditing America Defense, led by Enrique. Remember Enrique? Oh, man. Allen stated he aspires to conduct the First Amendment audits of law enforcement agency in every state. After interacting with the FBI Las Vegas security officer several times, he was told he would be trespassing if he did not step back to the sidewalk. Allen went to leave and crossed the road without using the crosswalk. He was arrested by Las Vegas Metro Police for jaywalking. At a Las Vegas court hearing regarding his aforementioned arrest, he stated he encountered a friend in town and his friend invited him to Reno to sell pest control. He now moved to Reno where he resides. So that's 𝗟𝗏𝘃𝗀𝘆. I've got to find the video of this guy. Hold on. First of all, I need to save that. I got to follow this guy, whoever he is. He's good. Sedition hunters. What's this? There's really somebody that calls himself a sedition hunter. That's so gay. So gay. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the video of him. Is there a football player named is it Chase Allen on the Broncos? Chase Allen, Seekonk. Here it is. Check this out.
And you know, when
hold on, let me change the camera, Mike.
as like you guys, when you guys, I'm a documentarian, and
okay, stop right there. I'm a documentarian. How does somebody this skinny? He wakes up with a fucking wife beater. A wife beater, whatever, tan line there, burn. How does somebody this skinny have bitch tits? Does every auditor have to have bitch tits? I just want to grab them. Do a quick little honk right there. Just honk, honk, honk. Look at those things. Those are impressive for a skinny guy. Look at those things.
You know, when as like you guys,
just like you guys
hear something, you guys show up as you do now and ask questions or record and see what happens. So that's what I was doing there.
So there are photos of you reportedly kind of stomping on camera equipment and stuff.
Oh,
is that you in that picture the FBI is putting out?
I would not like to comment on that at this time, but I'm working everything out with the courts and whatnot.
And whatnot.
That's that.
That's too good. Okay. So I think it's stupid that they're going after people like this, but he is an asshole. So I kind of don't feel bad for him at the same time. So I have mixed emotions on this stuff. But I'll show you a video of him because it's all over his channel. Like he's got he fucking filmed the whole thing. Check this out. This idiot fucking live streamed himself going into the Capitol. And assaulting it. You gotta see when they assault this cop. Look at this kid. That's a sick insurrectionist. Everybody's got fucking camo on or some shit. Anybody who went to this shit was so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You got to be a retard to show up with this thing. Like, yeah, we're going to fix the election. This will fix them. It's so stupid on everyone's part because liberals are making them legitimate by acting like, oh my God, they almost overthrew the government. Bitch, no, they didn't. You got nuclear bombs and tanks and shit. You could crush them if you wanted to. They ran around and played hokey pokey in Nancy Pelosi's office. That's it. And yeah, a couple cops got hurt. They'll be okay. They'll be okay. Nobody died except for 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗀𝘆. She was the only person killed during the Capitol riot. It was a lie that Brian Sicknick died during the Capitol riot or from the Capitol riot. That whole thing was a fucking lie. They exploited his death. And yeah. But again, the people that participated in this are equally fucking retarded. I mean, just look at them. Like, they really thought, like, this is the dumb, like, when Donald Trump said, I like the poorly educated, he's talking about these people. Because they're the ones that will be like, he's just sitting back enjoying this. He hasn't helped these people out at all. Like, they're rotting in jail cells, and Trump is holding rallies, and he hasn't said a fucking word to try to help these people. Nothing. He's just letting them rot because he fucking lied to them over and over again, and they believed it. Look at these retards. With their helmets on and their fucking glass. These are just a bunch of retards playing dress up. That's all they are.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Hey, you there?
That's when they rose the Trump in. So this is when he's going to go towards the front, I think. So there's the cops, okay? The Capitol Police.
We will protect you.
We will protect you.
I have your back, sir. I have your back.
Oh, shut the fuck
I have
up.
your back. You protect me, I'll protect you.
Oh, shut the fuck up, lady. This is what I mean with the dick sucking portion of the BAAK the Blue people. Like, oh, I have your back, sir. You think the cop gives a fuck if you have their back? What the fuck are you going to do, lady? How about you have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up? They don't care if you have their back. Shut the fuck up with your BAAK the Blue dick sucking nonsense, cunt. And you don't have their back, obviously.
I have your back. I have your back.
Look at this retard. Now look at this guy right here with the camo on. Are you an American? Act like it. Watch what he does. He fucking assaults a cop here. Like this guy, I don't give a shit about.
One idea.
Look at that. See that? He pushed him. Boom. But to their credit, to everyone else's credit, they're like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? And this never happened at the BLM riots. The BLM riots just jumped right in. And so, like, if we're going to be consistent, that fucking piece of shit right there, Mr. fucking tough guy with the camo, who's probably never voted before 2020 in his whole fucking life. That is what Donald, like, those are the fucking retards that Donald Trump knows that he can mobilize and get out there hitting fucking cops. What the fuck's wrong with you? But this is nothing compared to what BLM did. Nothing.
No, they work for us. Fuck them.
No, and that's what Chase Allen says. They work for us. Fuck them. Okay, then now I don't feel bad for you anymore.
Keep your own. Hold your own.
Insurrectionists. Yeah, so that's basically it. So he's an insurrectionist, and he got arrested. I still think the whole thing's stupid. Anyway, Any other questions you guys have before we call it a night? Bunch of maroons. That's not, it's a hunting jacket. What's the difference? Hunting jackets, aren't they camo? I don't know. Fake Trump supporters from Antifa. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, stop it. Paid actor. Oh, you guys, you killing me. You guys are letting me down. Did you hear on that Dracut High School, instead of buying everyone new yearbooks, the school sent parents a letter along with stickers to cover up? Oh, well, not good, but at least they put some effort in. I don't know. How's bootleg Avenatti doing? Nothing happened with that really. But no, you know what? Actually, it is a fucked up thing. The more I think about it. So they sent stickers home. Couldn't the school, wait a minute. Did I read that too fast? Do they think these people can't get their own stickers or whiteout? And if they offered to reprint the yearbooks for free, they'd probably get like 3 kids that took them up on the offer. Why not just reprint them for people that want them reprinted? Is there a show on Saturday? Yeah, I don't see why not. Is there something going on Saturday? I don't think so. I was there, and what happened sucked. It was without a doubt staged. No, it wasn't staged. Those guys they all ran into the Capitol. What do you mean staged? What are you talking about? They went into the Capitol. That's not staged. Yeah, we're going to do the Providence Street Brawl Saturday night. Because I'm going to try to get some of those hoes on the show. Furry potato. I don't even know what the fur. See, I don't watch Furry Tomato there, and I watched one of. I mean, I guess it does some fucked up shit. People were telling me, but like, I don't know. I watch Fuzzy Potato sometimes, a couple times, and I've seen it, and it's just like, this person seems harmless. They seem happy, at least. They're not mean-spirited like Kate. I don't know. Maybe I need to watch more Fuzzy Potato, but who cares about Fuzzy Potato? The 2 I know were let in. The cops yeah, they did. They let them go. It's the same way that the BLM let fucking rioters burn the fucking Minneapolis police station. It still doesn't make it right just because the cops like what? But yeah, certainly the charges are fucking ridiculous, and just the double standard is fucking absurd. Absolutely absurd. The fucking horn guy there, the Viking man, he's mentally ill, obviously. And they're treating him, he's like a serious threat to democracy. Oh yeah, did you see those guys? Did they seem like a serious threat to democracy? Anything else? All right. So if nobody else has any questions, I guess we'll call it an evening. Thank you guys for joining us. And we will see you all on Saturday night for the next episode of Turtleboy Live. Peace, Turtle Riders.